I have two cousins of whom I'm not fond. We'll call them the murder twins from The Shining, MT1 and MT2. They're a year and 2 years younger than I am, respectively. I don't know which one is which, whatever. When we were kids, we hung out a lot. I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen them in the past 30 years. But as kids, we'd hang out a lot. And whenever we did, my mom and I would have like a coaching session before they arrived or before we ended up at their house. She'd be like, don't tell them about your life. Don't tell them anything personal. Don't even be alone with them if you can avoid it. Why? Excellent question. One of two things would happen. Either we'd be sitting across the room from each other. MT2's on the sofa with me. Across the room is MT1. All of a sudden, MT1 would start sobbing and screaming. Her mom would come downstairs, and she would tell her mom that I was calling her bad names, and then I punched her. And MT2 would just sit there. Yeah, it happened. And nothing I said could convince this woman that she had not only born, but raised a couple of assholes. Either that, or 40 minutes like clockwork. After our visit concluded, my mom would get a phone call from my grandmother to be like, MT1 said that G Vizzle is smoking, she's drinking, she's doing drugs, she's skipping school to have sex with boys. And my mom would be like, oh, is that right? She's a fucking 11. Come on. So why don't I have, like I said, I can count on one hand the number of times I see them in 30 years. So why did I dream about them last night? They showed up at my door. They said they needed a place to stay. I invited them in, showed them to a spare room that doesn't exist, put them to bed, and went on my way to bed. In the morning, MT1 was asking me a lot of questions about my internet search history. And I have had I've done hundreds of episodes of Kick-Ass Facts. I have shared thousands and thousands of facts. I have Googled some weird shit. I spent 3 hours deep diving farts. So now I've got to explain to my cousin. She's asking me, why are you Googling this? Why are you Googling that? And I don't want to tell her I had a TikTok because I don't want her to find it. So instead, in my dream, I thought I need to fake my own death and leave the country. And I am not lying to you when I say if this situation ever were to happen, if they showed up at my door, I would consider it. I'd consider it.